Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Late Nights with the Fam. Well, if you guys haven't noticed, it's me only here. I had many questions right now. So make sure you guys go check out my last video, which I'm going to put right here, so you guys can follow up this. Welcome to my podcast. If you guys are ready, it is a trip today. Let's go. Well, I have received many emails, okay? Take this down so you guys can hear me very well. Okay, so I have many questions and I'm gonna answer you guys, okay? First of all, if you guys don't know me, my name is Flaka and welcome to the FlakaSquad. Okay, let's see. What I'm gonna talk about today is something you guys ask me all the time, and I mean every single time. You guys ask me how is to dealing with kids with special needs. I have two. Let me say that. I was 22 when I had my first, which was a girl, and when I was 24, I had my second child, okay? And I had a lot of these comments every single time, so now I'm gonna do that, okay, guys? So I hope you guys, to tell you the truth, you shouldn't have any kids until you're really prepared. I wanted to be a young mom, okay? I didn't want to be 65 or 70 and have one kid and run. You know, we don't have that energy for that time, right? Even now that you're 38, you don't have the energy to scream or, do whatever you need to do because it's just so much. Kids nowadays are like Energizing Bunny, okay? So I have many questions you guys are asking me, and I really appreciate you guys for wanting to get to know me, okay? So yes, I am a mom with kids with special needs. I have two of them, and both have special needs kids. So I have probably, this is the most asked question, okay? Do you ever feel overwhelmed? That hits. That really hits. I do. I feel very, and I mean very overwhelmed, especially when you go through the body change. I don't remember me getting that bad, but I do feel very overwhelmed. I feel that I can't do anything. I feel helpless. I feel depressed. I feel anxiety. I feel even nauseous because I get so upset. Everybody gets overwhelmed, okay? Everything in life is not perfect. For me, when I feel overwhelmed, that's when I work out the most. I work out the most when I'm overwhelmed. I think it's like sanity for me, like getting my grounds down, sweating that out of my system so I won't have to go to the extreme, okay? I know you guys are saying you should beat them up. No, I don't believe on beating anyone up. I just don't. I think violence, and I spoke to you guys about it many times. Violent is no good because I'm not showing them anything by being violent. Okay, so yes, definitely feel overwhelmed. When do you feel overwhelmed? Every single day. Okay, every single day I feel overwhelmed, but it's just part of the process. Okay. Okay. Next question. How did you find out that or discover that your son had a disability? Okay. First of all, I have a daughter that she is epileptic. If you guys don't know, it's a person that suffers from seizure disorder. She was born like that. And she's also autistic. I didn't know with her. I just thought that she had seizure disorder and she was very badly asthmatic. When my son was born, I noticed that he wouldn't sleep. Okay, I have two. So my son is younger and he wouldn't sleep at all and he would cry all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy. But as he developed, you saw it more. He will flip the cars, and he will roll, he will play with the wheels. That's inappropriate. He will just line all his shoes all around his room. He will be very OCD. We're talking about he was very tiny and he wouldn't sleep. It will be 4 or 5 in the morning and he would still be up. And I mean completely up. I'm like, and then I used to call his name and he didn't know who he was or who he was, or his mom was, or whatever. He got older. I really noticed that he couldn't see. And I thought he was deaf. I thought he couldn't see. I just didn't know. Like I said, I had one kid before him and I didn't know anything. I didn't know anybody that had a kid with special needs besides in the school, and everyone was mean to him. And that is true. I didn't understand. I didn't know what was autism, because he is autistic and he severely has Tourette's and severely has OCD and severely have anxiety. So I didn't know that. I couldn't go to my mom this, because my mom would be like, oh, it's just a phase. And it wasn't, okay? It wasn't a phase. He was actually autistic. So when he was 1.5, a year and 4 months, I took him to early intervention. And I did a couple of tests before that. I did the test for hearing aid. He was fine. We did notice that he was really, really, like, he couldn't see. So he started getting glasses at a year and 2 months, he got glasses. And then we went to the early intervention. They found out that he was severely autistic. The lady told me, and this said the words, and this is what you people have to understand. These people are there for a job. It is cruel the way they speak to parents in that sort of sense. So they told me to prepare myself because my son was going to be in an institution. He was going to be institutionalized. And I was shocked because I was young. I was 22. I didn't know what was going on. And this lady's telling me that my son is going to be institutionalized. And I just went crazy. So he was a year and 3 months. And he was diagnosed with autism. So it was very overwhelming for me. And no one believed me. They thought I was crazy. See, guys, you always have to believe moms. I always felt that something was wrong with him. I actually had also a situation when I was pregnant from him. I only had milk, okay? My food for the entire, he was born 34 weeks. I think that's 7 months or 6.5, 7 months, something like that. I couldn't eat anything but milk. Nothing but milk. So when I went to the doctor, they did the abnormals test. They have to do it when you're 20 weeks. They do these tests to find out if the baby or the fetus is genetically okay. So I did 2 tests and they both came out abnormal. So I had to do an amnio fluid. An amnio fluid is where they stick a needle through your stomach, like a big needle, huge. And they absorb some fluid from the plasma, from the belly, right? I think that's called amniotic fluid. Then when I got the results, they found out that he was okay, but there was something going on because there was 2 tests that he was abnormal. Some lady in the doctor office, that they knew it, because I had my child there, my first daughter, she said, when these tests are like that, there's something genetically wrong with him, but he's going to develop it. He said, maybe he's going to be autistic. She was one of my friends there, and I said, I didn't believe what she was saying. So he is autistic. She was absolutely right, and it's just crazy, okay? So things happen. Okay. How can we...
My mother, what's up?
Sorry, guys. My mother. What are your child's strengths and what does he enjoy doing? Okay. My child's strength is music. He was not listening. He was not talking. He was not even knowing what's going on. But once you put music on him, he completely mellowed down. So his passion is music. He taught himself how to play the ukulele. He taught himself how to play drums. He actually goes to school, and the school teaches him percussion. Percussion is everything about drums and, different instruments. But he has a set of drums, brand new, since he was 3, a full set of drums, okay? He has an electric guitar. He has a regular guitar. He has 2 ukuleles. He plays, I don't know what it is, a xylophone. He plays that. He plays other instruments. So his strength is music, and he's an artist. He really could, anything he wants, he could draw it. So his strengths are music and art. I love that question. What kind of struggle does your child have because of the disability? Okay, so my child has many struggles. Like, he is autistic. He had severely Tourette syndrome. If you guys don't know what Tourette syndrome is a condition that you have involuntary and mobile and vocal tics. He has all those tics, okay, guys? Since he was 1 until now that he's 13, he severely has Tourette's. Severely OCD and severely anxiety, okay? He struggles a lot with his Tourette's because he cannot control it. It just comes out. But he is starting to understand it, but it will still make him depressed because he cannot control it. Yes, you're thinking about it. He curses, he does the words, he does everything. If you guys want me to talk about more Tourette syndrome, you guys let me know in the next video. Comment down below. It's for me to explain you exactly. So it's so hard for a kid, okay, that he is a teen, that he's going through the changes, that he is autistic, that he has severely Tourette's, to deal with everything. So he is completely overwhelmed. He was in a setting of 12, 1 to 2. Now he has, I think, 20 something kids, and everybody is staring at him. That's what he thinks. So he does get kind of bullied at school because of who he is. He has very long hair. He is very outspoken, and you could see the difference on him. So his struggles are that, which is hard for me to see because I cannot take that pain away from him because that's who he is. So I teach him that if he doesn't love himself, no one else will. So I always pray and tell him, listen, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to feel good for yourself, accept yourself, so others could accept you. Which is crazy because sometimes I don't even think like that for myself. But I teach them that. I love that question. I didn't put the names of the people that actually sent me this, questions because sometimes I don't want them to know that I'm saying things about them, or I don't know how they will react. So if next time you guys want me to say your name, you could comment down below. Okay. How does having a child with a disability affect your other child? That's a very, very good question. Remember, guys, I have 2 kids with disability. There's always that jealousy in between kids. Before it was my daughter with my son, now it's my son with my daughter. And because he's going through that phase of teenager, I call it the donkey stage, meaning like that not right, that you're wrong, that he's perfect, that everything that he needs for himself has to be yes, 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 and you never say no, no, no. Okay, so the defiant stages. Okay, a phase. All right, like my friend Omega told me, it is a phase. I don't know about that because he's been having that. He thinks that I prefer my daughter, which I love them equally the same. Remember, I have a boy and I have a girl. So they both different, but I love them equally the same. So there is some kind of jealousy in between them because I'm mom, obviously. And it's just I don't know how to react to that. So yes, it does affect your other child. Even if your child has a disability, it still affects it. So do they fight? Kind of. My daughter is not a fighter unless she's very like outspoken. So if I'm talking to him and he says something out of line, she'll speak out. She'll be like, "Don't say that." And she tries to defend me. But when she was in her time too, she was awful too, but not as him. He's very awful. So yes, it obviously affects any child, even a kid with disability. Okay. What progress have you seen in your child since the initial diagnosis? Wow, that's like going back to the time that I was suffering day and night. I was very hurt when I heard that he was a disability, that he had a disability, especially something that I didn't know what was, because I really didn't know what autism was. Okay, guys? Back in the days, people used to think that autism was like they're crazy or they're schizophrenic or or I don't know. They used to call them the crazies. Okay, so but as I grew older and I had, excuse me, sir, Fuzzy. As I grew older and I got to know my child and understand the disability, that's the first thing you need to do. Once a kid gets diagnosed, you need to know what is it. You need to know what is the disability, how to help, and how to cope yourself. And remember, yes, they have a disability and they need help, but you need help as well. So make sure you think about that. My son couldn't speak. He was nonverbal. He was diagnosed nonverbal. He was diagnosed as severely autistic in the very, very, very high spectrum. It was 1, 2, and 3. He was in level 3. He was severely autistic. The lady was like, he's going to be institutionalized and all these things. Me, I'm a bear mom, okay, or a lioness. As soon as I heard that, I said, okay, I got the diagnosis. What else can I do? What do I have to make or what do I have to start doing so I could help him so he won't be, so I tried to make him better. So what I did is that I started doing all the therapies they gave me. They gave me 40 hours of ABA, 40 hours of occupational therapy, physical therapy, and something else. Something else again, but I forgot. Playing time. I had the psychiatrist, the psychology. It was insane, the amount of help. Within a year, my son started speaking like, mom, milk, not even fully speaking, but, at least saying words. And after he started school, it went really, really, Fuzzy, get out of my room. It went really, really fast. I was on top of him. He had school and then he used to come home and he had therapy. The first thing to do is get those therapists. I did not believe on them. I was not sure. I thought they were just wasting my money, but it is real. It works. It helps them 100%. So make sure you guys get them the help they need. That is the biggest process. So, and I believe on it. It took him at least 3.5 years for him to actually be fully verbal. And school helped him a lot. I was refusing to send him to school. He started school at 3. And he will go and then come home and had more school. So it was really, really fast. So, but that is a big thing. What treatment or therapy have been successful for your child? ABA. ABA is the main thing when a kid is diagnosed with autism. ABA helps them so much. Social skills. My son didn't have any social skills. Even up to now that he's 13, he really doesn't have social skills. If he goes to school and he knows somebody and he gets used to a person, he will talk to them. But if he goes to other school to see, let's say he went to the school, then he's in junior high school, so he's going to be in high school. He went to visit the high school, and his friend, they just leave to check all the, what do they call, electives. He went and they left him, and he was shocked. He didn't even move. He didn't go anywhere until his friend came, and he said, please don't leave me because I'm afraid. So he doesn't have social skills. So now he has to build that social skills, but it's not hard because he doesn't really look at your face like that. Like physically you cannot look at him because his brain is so fast that there's like, okay, this is how I describe it. He says that he sees you, but he sees many pictures. Your brain is trying to catch all the features on your face, so it confuses him. That's why kids especially do not physically look at you. You're supposed to make them, but it's hard and they cannot concentrate and they won't focus. So it's hard for him to do that. So when I'm talking to him, he's like this because when I'm too close, he feels like I'm trapping him because he really can't see. So he's trying to understand me and trying to take all these pictures on his brain. So it's very hard. Sometimes it's just not easy for anyone. Imagine for kids to have disability. Okay, and this is the last one. I left it for last. What are the concerns do you have for your child's future? I left that for last because that is a big one. The concerns that I have for my kid is, how would he deal with future? How would he deal with his significant other? Would he be able to do it by himself? Would he be able to go to college? Like I said, he's very smart, but it's hard for him to socialize. Will he have the job of his dream? And that's my goal, to push as hard as I can so he could be who he wants to be. Sometimes he believes if you go in the internet, says, oh my God, you could go in, you get hired as an actor because he wants to be an actor, that you are going to have, it's going to be easy. They're going to pick him out of a billion. He thinks I don't support him on that, but I tell him, you have to go to school. You have to be in there. You have to do the beginning first for you to do stuff like that, because he's very shy. So my goal is to push him and for him not to fail, because I know he could do it. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys understand that this was like my main thing. Okay, guys? I love you guys so much. Make sure you comment, like, and share. Do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Share with everybody, know your friends. If you guys want me to do more of these podcasts, let me know and comment down below to see what you want me to do next time. I love you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.